Content management is pretty much what it says. It's managing what content is rendered to the browser. Our example uses the PHP switch construct, where we get the query string content and assign it to the variable content code. And then we do something different with each possible value of content code. The switch construct comprises the keyword switch, followed by a variable name in parentheses, and then some code in braces. And the code in the braces comprises a number of case statements, usually terminated with a single statement break, and of course the semicolon. After each case, there is a possible value for the variable in the switch statement, followed by one or more lines of code, any amount of code indeed, that you want to process if that variable has that value, and then break. If we leave out the break, all instances where the variable has this value will continue on processing until we get a break. So if we want discrete processing for each value, then we put a break after each case set of statements. Now don't get me wrong, this is not a CMS. It's just the simplest example I can think of to illustrate the nature of content management in the context of our project. So in our index file, where we've said do something depending on the content code variable, what we want to do here is switch processing depending on what content code has as its value. So in the case where content code returns the value company list, we will make the statement content message equals content code, and so on. This actually has exactly the same outcome as our previous statement, simply content message equals content code for all cases, but it's set up the structure so that we can do something different in each case. In the case where content code is company list, what we really want to do is display something like our old company list order form that listed the companies and allowed us to edit the people in each company. So instead of simply making the content message variable equal to the value of content code, we want to make the include file or the content file equal to the new company list file that we're going to create. In fact, we're going to create the file tp_company list, which clearly is going to have to be different from before. They're actually going to become much simpler as they don't need to contain the connection scripts or a lot of the data checking they needed before. And they don't need any, or at least not much, formatting, as all the styles are now delivered from the CSS file. So let's have a look at this new file, tp_company_list. In fact, load it from the snippet and save it into the includes directory as tp_company_list.php, and overwrite it if it already exists. Also, save your index file, and now we'll observe how we actually reconstruct this company list form so that it doesn't display as a standalone file, but does display in the context of our new template when we click companies list. As you can see, it is drawing upon this new file, but it clearly has errors and needs to be modified in order to work with the template.